With all the focus centered around competitive multiplayer games, it's easy to forget about the odd gamer who only likes to play by themselves. They prefer to play games that tell a good story, focusing on lengthy single-player content as opposed to going on random or strategic suicide missions for points. In this next segment, let's take a look at a couple single-player maps and campaigns. The Return of Alesia Dragoon. This campaign acts as a fan-made sequel to Alesia Dragoon, the 1992 Sega Genesis game created by Game Arts. This is how the campaign caught my attention. The story takes place several years after the original game, when Alesia is summoned to fight again. Each map in the campaign is huge, and the terrain looks natural and very detailed. You can switch between your different companions by using the left and right arrow keys, so you will only be scrolling the screen with your mouse. The gameplay is, unfortunately, very boring. The original game is a fast-paced 2D side-scroller, so obviously it's hard to translate that action into an RTS engine. But I don't think that's a good enough excuse. Not only is the gameplay slow, but it's extremely difficult as well. When you're fighting a group of enemies, it takes upwards of a minute to kill them, and in many cases, you have to retreat and heal before going back in to finish them off. This really slows down the game since you will be replenishing your health and mana between engagements. It also doesn't help when Alesia is using stock WarCraft III abilities, Chain Lightning, Forked Lightning, and Thunderclap. And do you remember when Alesia summoned a phoenix in the original game? I sure don't. I also don't remember these stock WarCraft III items being used by her. The campaign also explored other styles of gameplay. In one level, you're on a dragon and you control your movement using the arrow keys while left-clicking on enemies to attack them. I do like this idea. It does look pretty neat, but I found it difficult to control and I gave up after dying a few times. In the end, the whole campaign feels like Alesia was transported to Azeroth. I can only recommend this to fans of the original Genesis game, and even then, that's pushing it. The story is well written, despite the occasional spelling error, but that's really all it has going for it. Zombie Island, the curse of the lost city. A merchant ship became shipwrecked on an uncharted island after being caught in a storm. The only survivor of the catastrophe was James Hammerfist. After a little exploration, he'll find that something is terribly wrong. The map uses multiple fixed camera angles to display the environment, similar to games like Resident Evil and Silent Hill. This makes controlling the game somewhat difficult, but it's nothing the average gamer can't handle. It even goes as far as replicating the save system of these games, requiring the use of an empty bottle from your inventory at certain points in order to save the game. There is no music playing in the background to put emphasis on the ambient sounds. This adds to the overall creepy atmosphere. The terrain is very detailed, even going as far as creating an illusion of spiders coming out of the ceiling. As for the actual gameplay, there are 3 difficulty levels. Even on the easiest setting, it will still challenge players with decent micro. My only complaint with this map is that it's very short. The first time you play through, this will take you roughly 20 to 30 minutes to complete, and that includes all the time you spend dying and replaying certain areas. The map may not necessarily give you a good scare, but it's uncommon to find a game that can actually do this in any case. If you're a fan of survival horror games, give this map a go.